before we start the video, we're getting back into the daily shoutouts. And today's shoutout goes to F and J Fitzner. So you guys get a shoutout today. Thanks for subscribing, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, it's late at night. Can't sleep right now. Got the house to myself. So I decided to make a little video to show you guys some old drawings of mine from when I was in middle school, I think. Pretty sure this was from middle school. Alright, so what we have right here is a notebook I had, and we did all of our artwork stuff on it. So some of the artwork in here is just random artwork. But then we have some of my personal drawings. So right here we have me about to fight this chameleon thing. This thing's actually inspired by this poster I saw in my art class. They were like chameleons, but they could roll up sort of like a roly-poly. And we got my friend Sharpie here about to attack it. And me, I have this gauntlet thing. Sort of looks like the glove that one guy from the Secret Saturdays has. And also my arm's a little robotic because it's got the robotic lines. And then here we have me facing Phantom, who I think was one of the first villains I ever made up in my mind. Before then, he didn't really look like what he looks like now. Around this time, he didn't really have a body, he just had this head, arms, and a cloak. And here's me about to blast him with my robot arm, similar to Cyborg from Teen Titans. And here we are having like a blast battle. Sort of like in the Godzilla game when the two monsters have like their beams cross. And that crystal right there above him is like trying to suck him in before he gets defeated by me. And here's me beating Phantom and getting sucked into that crystal right there. And here's me defeating Max, but at the time I called him Junkbot because he sort of looked like a robot, but he was made of random items. This character actually came to me in a dream I had while camping. I'll probably tell you that story another time. But for now, let's look at more drawings. Here we have me blasting this guy, who's actually inspired by the robot ninja from Ben 10. He looks a little similar, except he's all black. Are you trying to swat on my foot, you little stink? Yeah, that's what I thought. Next up, we have me on top of this mammoth. So around the time I made these drawings, I think it was around the same time Ben 10 Alien Force came out. Probably like 2012 or something. Anyways, so in my mind, whenever I go outside and just play around, I always imagine I'm the hero and I'm in this show. And during that time, I was fighting dinosaurs and villains. And whenever I countered dinosaur, I sucked them up in this paper thing. Right now I'm sucking up this mammoth. Here we have a sea monster attacking pirates. I might make these guys into a series or something. Not sure yet. And here we have those same guys fighting other pirates. This guy is like the captain, I think. And here we have me and Sharpie fighting the super battle droids. And the reason I drew battle droids like this guy was because I was watching Star Wars around the time. Around this time, the Clone Wars series was out. And here's Gamer beating up Phantom. And this was his original design back then, until he looked like what he looks like now. And here we have Cad Bane. And I was obsessed with this guy at the time because he was a good villain. And I don't mean good as in he was a good guy and a bad guy. He was like one of those villains that makes the story interesting. Sadly, you won't see Cad Bane or Battle Droids in my show because I don't want to get copyrighted striked.
Oh, shut up!
So the owners of the Star Wars guys, you can have them. But I get to keep my characters. And next up, we have an epic battle with all the heroes and villains. Here's me, and Cad Bane had his clothes like destroyed, and he's in his underwear. And here I ripped off the Fallen's arm, and this is supposed to be the Fallen from Revenge of the Fallen. And here we have this little T-Rex guy fighting this robot. I think he's the bad guy, and he's the good guy. And this T-Rex is about to fight this whale, who I call Whale Guy. And I think the T-Rex was like a person who could transform into a T-Rex. I called him Giant Man or something. I don't think that name makes sense because he turns into a T-Rex, not a giant.
It just don't add up!
And here we have my friend Tim, my real life friend actually. I've known him since middle school. I've seen him in high school a couple times, but not that much. Anyways, he's here fighting Max, aka Junkbot, but I don't call him Junkbot anymore. And he's like throwing pieces of himself at him. And then we have more fighting down here. Another real life friend, Taylor is her name. And she's got this robot claw grabbing on the foot of this wizard. I think I called him Wizard Chest. And then we have this guy with his crystal eyeball blasting off a maniac's body. And we have an octopus fighting this guy. And I call this guy Mr. Octopus. And this is his brother Mr. Tentacle getting his head smashed by a boulder. And the reason I haven't put these guys in is because I don't think they're good villains. I don't want to be the guy that has like characters that are cringe or not that interesting, so that's why I removed these two. And then we have this Eminem fighting this guy. I called him Evil Eminem. He can't be in the series because copyright.
Oh, shut up!
And we have a Chowder dressed as a cowboy on a horse blasting this cat. And this cat was supposed to be that cat girl from that Japanese Teen Titans thing. Another character I can't use because it belongs in the DC universe. And then we have this raptor taking away Robot Man's suit. I'm pretty sure that's Robot Man.
Heroes? Puh! I know you, Robert Walker. You're nothing but a cheap copy of me.
And then we have this guy taking on Werewolf. Flying Werewolf, I mean. I think that's Sharpie. Wait. If Sharpie's right here facing the squid dude, then who's this? Does Sharpie have a twin brother? Anyways, we got this monkey guy and this guy with a claw. I call him Johnny. And this guy over here is his brother Kevin facing this dinosaur guy. Originally, Kevin and Johnny over here were going to be in my show. But they never made it in because Johnny, he's just a floating head with arms and claws. And Kevin, he doesn't really have powers. He just looks like a red creature. Then we have this guy on top of a plant man. And he's actually based on that plant guy from that one episode of Chowder. And we have this ninja fighting this guy who looks like Goop, but in a skin tone color. We've got the Black Knight guy facing up this guy. We got Gamer and Phantom here. It's kind of interesting because I always saw Gamer and Phantom as arch enemies, almost like me and Skullface.
Knock knock! Ah!
And then we have this Cube, who's trapped this character inside himself. Pretty sure that's Ghost Freak. And the person who's throwing the boulders on Mr. Tentacle's head is Terra. Yeah, that's right, Terra from Teen Titans. Back around this time, I kind of had a crush on her, but I'm over it now.
Get up out of here.
And then we got all the characters here, obviously victorious. And I think that was supposed to be like Taylor's hair, like up, like she was going down from how do I explain it? Like she jumped down and her hair's in the air. Don't know why I erased it. Almost looks like she has a wing on her head. Anyways, we got Gamer, the monkey guy. I think I called him Ape. And there's Chowder again. Sharpie without his hat. And that's what his head really looks like. And we got Tara waving bye to them. And the reason I didn't draw her in here is because I was nervous around the time. I was always shy when I draw certain characters.
I hate you guys. You did great, man. Get away from me.
Also, I didn't know how to draw her, like, in a better way. Next up, we have Tara hidden in the background again, using the boulders to hit this dinosaur hybrid thing. Got Tim right there. Got the monkey using his stretchy powers. There's me about to fight this dinosaur. I'm pretty sure that's Gamer blasting it with his laser. And I think that's like the crystal trap thing I used on Phantom and Max earlier on. And we got Sharpie cutting grass and like shooting it at him. And Taylor's using her claw thing to blast it as well. I think this dinosaur was based on this toy line I remember back in the day. It's not Chaos. It's not based on Chaos Effect because I didn't know about Chaos Effect at the time. So it's a Parasaur and a Raptor, I think, with Allosaurus arms. I think it's a T-Rex tail. And I don't know what the legs are supposed to be. But anyways, up here we got Cad Bane, and he's got that same hybrid, only the rest of his body is properly colored. He's also got this other hybrid, Triceratops, and I called this thing a muck beast, which is basically like living tar. And we have me finding this Carnotaurus hybrid thing. I don't remember what this thing is supposed to be. I guess you could say it's a Carnotaur because it looks like one. And here's that same Carno thing fighting Tara, who I actually drew this time. And then above them, we have me fighting this giant brontosaur. Oh, and all of them have these mind control devices on them. And then there's this water creature that's trying to eat Gamer, and Sharpie's cutting up this cactus monster. I'm sure some of you OGs know what this guy's supposed to be. And Cat Bane's over here like, what? And then we have me using a tree branch on a dragon. Or I'll breathe fire on your face. I'm like, take this, you stupid dragon. And the dragon's like, rah. And then we have me, like, flipping out because there's a baby dinosaur that hatched. And Tim's over here is like, big deal. And I'm like, oh my god, it's adorable! Ah! And then we have an x-ray of me, my robot arm, an x-ray of Tim, and an x-ray of Sharpie. And next up, we have Phantom using a trombone in my ear. How rude. I think this is based on a cartoon I saw. And now that I think about it, Phantom can't blow a horn because he doesn't really have a mouth. If you can see, his mouth is sort of covered up by this helmet thing he wears. And then we have me and the team fighting bugs. Oh, and there's a battle droid right there. And then there's Ape trying to catch Tara who fell off of the rock she was floating on. Me fighting this centipede, blasting these other bugs. I'm pretty sure that's one of the bugs from that one scene in King Kong. And this guy's obviously a Meganeura. Don't know what type of bug that is. There's a random battle droid head floating around. And Gamer's fighting this battle droid that's flying. and Chowder's eyes are pointed that way because his horse left him for some odd reason. And Tim right here, he fought that spider that I blasted with my blaster. And there's a robot arm right there for some reason. And then we have this amphibian thing. I forgot what it's called, but it's from an episode of Prehistoric Park. And I'm pretty sure this thing right here is supposed to be the firecracker beetle. Then we have this bug trying to sneak up on me, but I think Sharpie's gonna get him. And then we have Whale Guy here who is about to be stung by a scorpion. And he's like, guys, the scorpion's gonna get me. And there's actually a story behind this picture here. So, my friend Tim and me sort of had a bit of an argument. We sort of argued with each other, and of course I got sad about it. And that's me sad. My buddy's cheering me up. And Tara trying to go after him, but he sort of reverses his powers back, and she's covered in mud that dries up. And Gamer's saying stuff to him. I don't remember what we argued about, but that was like years ago and I'm over it. And so now he's the bad guy at this point in my show. And he obviously beat me because my shirt's got holes.
Look at the holes in this shirt. Hole, 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 hole. Can you believe that? Dang it.
I got this dirt mark on me. Sharpie's wearing his disc lawnmower as a hat for some reason. Tara's got her head covered in mud that's dried up. Ape's arms are tied in a knot. Taylor got frozen in ice. Whale Guy got all of his teeth knocked out. And Gamer over here, his arm got broken off, and all the pieces are in that bag. And now I'm thinking how to beat him next time. And here's a funny story here. This right here is based on that episode of Chowder where Mung Dal drank that milk that made him fall asleep, and they're trying to get him to wake up. And this is the scene where Schnitzel accidentally gets switched with that baby, and that lady's trying to get back for the baby. And then Mung Dal ends up in that little river thing, floating down. But you replace Schnitzel with me screaming because I'm going down a hill. And Sharpie's getting barfed on by that baby. And then the lady's chasing us to get her baby back. And Mung Dal's replaced by my pink monkey character, Ape. And the Ape character is sort of based off of that plush monkey. The same one I used in that episode of Team Robert.
Huh?
And this guy is also based on a plush I had. A pirate thing. And then we have Chestnut trying to take this guy back. But I grab him and I'm like saying, no, you can't take him again. So this is sort of my take on that episode. And then Ape wakes up just freaking out. And it was all a dream. The whole time. You like how I did the bunk bed? And then here we have me defeating Tim, who's got on this body armor. He's getting sucked up in the crystal that sucks up the bad guys. And then we have the whole team here. Chowder blasting his laser guns in victory. And Ape stretched into a pair of lips, sticking his tongue out. And here we have the team facing more mind-controlled monsters. That Spino character again, fighting Sharpie. Here's me fighting this bear thing with a drill for a nose. And I smash his mind control thing. Tim's over here fighting this cloud monster. And yeah, he's back on our side now. And Gamer's over here beating up Ghost Freak. I don't know why I had a Ghost Freak in here. And in here, we're about to talk to Sharpie about what he was up to, but then his lawnmower ran away from him. We're like, what's going on? And there's this little device on it that's like controlling it. I was gonna do more drawings on this story, but never got the chance. And here we have me about to fight these battle droids. Well, that guy's a battle droid, and that's the head of a battle droid getting blown off. But this guy, and this guy are from that old show Code Lyoko. I'm sure some of you remember that. If you don't, then you're not from around the 2000s, I guess. And then we got these clone trooper guys dressed as a robot boy. And they're fighting the robots. And this one obviously didn't make it. But I'm about to avenge him by smashing these guys. And this is based off of that scene from the beginning of Season 2 of Alien Force, where Kevin and Gwen fight off Serpent, but only replace Kevin and Gwen with some of my guys. Sharpie, I think that's Taylor who got knocked out. Tara, Tim, Sharpie, who just got thrown in the dirt. Ape, who turned into a pile of slime. Gamer, Chowder, and Will Guy. And I think Will Guy got his tooth knocked out. Oh, Chowder got his tooth knocked out as well. But as Serpent is beating up my friends, I come in and save the day. And here's something interesting. Serpent, he looks pretty similar to the Nagas from the Secret Saturdays. And they did confirm that both are in the same universe. They threw in little Easter eggs mentioning that, but they confirmed it when they had that episode of Omniverse with the Saturdays in it. So I am strongly convinced that Serpent is a Naga, maybe a rogue Naga, who doesn't follow the orders from a Rani Naga or something, I don't know. But here we have me, and I don't think that's Sharpie. I think that's just something that's broken. Anyways, we have me about to get chomped by a Dinosuchus, and then there's this Therizinosaur that came out of nowhere, and I think the guys are trying to catch it. Wait, who is this character? Oh, wait, now I remember. At the time I was drawing this, I was hanging out with a friend of mine. I think her name was Lauren, and I think that's supposed to be her with a cowboy hat. We have me as a shrimp, apparently. And the other guys are apparently food. Gamer is obviously the grape because he's purple. And the reason we're all dressed as food is because there's this monster that's looking at us and he sees us as food. And here we have something different because it's not me or my team. It's Mr. Yo-Yo guy. Or is Captain Yo-Yo? I don't know. Anyways, he's using a yo-yo to beat this eyeball character. He's trying to get this crystal that's walking away. And we have a living marker who's trying to catch it. And then we have this ice girl who's frees someone. I can't tell who it is because the blue marker I used is dark. Oh, wait. Actually, I can see it better on camera. It's a frog character, I can tell. Because he's got those circles on his fingers. And I based that off of the frogs that came with this game board I got a while back. I don't remember what game it was. Next up, we got the yo-yo guy fighting this big muscular guy. This ghost who just got his face colored by the marker guy, and he's like proud of himself. And we have this guy who's barfing at the ice girl, who's hiding in the background. And I think the barf guy is based off a character from Kirk the Cowardly Dog. And all the guys are fighting for this crystal. And to finish it off, we have me and all the characters in costumes. Tim's a demon thing. Gamer is a pair of grapes again. And I think China's like a can of food. I'm a dinosaur with a dragon for an arm. Sharpie is a cowboy. Taylor is an old lady. Ape stretched himself to look like a lamp. Tara is dressed like a tectonic plate because her powers are earth-based. Whale guy's a Viking. And the pirate guy is a pirate. Well, that's all the drawings from this notebook.
So, see y'all later.
Until next time.
Peace.